Some kid is up in a tree tweeting about the egregious offensive statements and myopic lens that Misty views the world with.
Hashtag Misty is canceled party.
Yeah. Cancel Misty. She hates bugs.
It's time to get the freaking bugs out. It's time to bug out. It's time to get bugged. We're bugging it up today. Bugs all over the place. Bugging bugs and slowpokes, too. Don't forget about Slowpoke. It's To Kill A Delibird. Welcome back to the podcast where we are talking Pokemon anime, Johto Journeys. We're hitting Azalea Town today. That's a good time because it's been a while to get there. I'm Kellan. I'm the one that knows about Pokemon a little too much, probably. And as usual, I'm joined by Graham, who doesn't. Graham, how you doing?
I have discovered that Azalea Town is empirically the least funny name, phrase, word on the planet. It is impossible to make a pun out of azalea.
It's just a color.
And a flower?
Yes.
I think
so.
I spent so long being like, I say, Leah, I'm gay, Leah. I'll pay, Leah. None of that is funny.
No, you're just putting words together. It's not really doing anything here.
Azalea. I don't think any jokes can be found about Azalea.
No. It's impossible. It's humanly impossible.
And the more I say Azalea, the thing's happening where it doesn't sound like a word to me.
Right?
It's
That
just
happens
noise.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, wait, is that in the dictionary? Are we sure? I'm not sure.
I don't know if this is a word anymore. This is an abstract Pokemon concept.
Mm-hmm. So today, we want to get into things pretty quick today, because we got 3 heavy episodes we're looking at. It's a triple, baby. We're looking at a Shadow of a Drought, going Apricorn, and Getting the Bugs Out. We got the full Azalea City arc, or Azalea Town. I keep saying city for some reason.
Is it
Azalea
a city
Town.
or a town?
It's town.
Or a
Azalea
hamlet.
Town.
Or a metropolis.
They never name them hamlets in Pokemon. It's
The
always town or
Azalea,
city.
the municipality of Azalea.
Sure. And then come Sword and Shield, they just kind of dropped the town and city thing. It's just a name, like most cities.
I kind of thought
So-
that for Sword and Shield, they would make them really fucking weird sounding, since it's based on England.
What is there? Motostoke?
Oh, that does sound English to me.
Let me see. Well, I can't remember. I haven't played Sword and Shield enough to know to remember all the city names.
Is there like a Bips and Bops?
There's Postwick,
Oh, that sounds British as fuck.
Wedgehurst.
Is there something that looks like it has like 8 syllables, but it actually only has 2? Like Wisha.
No. There's Stow on side.
We're going to Wisha. But it's got
Holbury.
like 8 written syllables.
Oh, there is Sirchester,
Oh, there you go.
but it's not spelled like how fucking Worcester is.
The
just
worst.
spelled.
Sure.
It is Sirchester, yeah.
We kid on the English. They created us
Holbury.
here in Canada.
Good one. Anyway, so before we talk about anything, I just want to bring up one thing I saw the other day. I've been watching a lot of like old game shows just for the
He's on an
nostalgia hit.
old game show
Yep.
binge.
I was watching Greed the other day. It's a
What's that one?
complicated show. It's too complicated of a format to go over, but it's really interesting.
What era is Greed from? I don't even
It's
remember that one.
2000s, early
Okay.
2000s. It only ran one season. But one episode I found had the commercials intact. So I was kind of watching some old 2000s commercials too. And one came up that really caught me off guard. I was only half paying attention. It opens up this guy who I assume was an MLB player or something, or some baseball player. He opens up, he looks at the camera, he's like, I take batting practice. And then we get a cool montage of him doing some hitting and running around the field and just clips from actual games and stuff. And you go back to him, I take infield practice. And he's running around, another montage, him catching the ball, throwing it, making some plays. Then we go back to him, I take Viagra. And it hit me like a ton of fucking bricks.
Holy. Does he take Viagra while he plays baseball? Is that how he bats?
I don't know. That's all I got from the commercial. I was half paying attention. I just heard, I take batting practice. I take infield practice. I take Viagra. Whoa.
Wow,
Where did that come
That's
from?
way more blunt than the ones I remember. The Viagra ads I remember would be like an old couple and they're like dancing in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then it's just like Viagra. You're like, oh, okay.
Anyway, that was the most notable thing that's happened to me this week.
Was seeing a Viagra commercial with an unknown athlete.
Yeah, and
That's
getting
amazing.
caught completely off guard.
Very cool. I
So,
guess.
yeah.
I guess that's cool. I
Yeah.
know that on YouTube you can find like old like Cartoon Network runs and stuff where it will have ads intact, and that's pretty wild stuff.
Mhm. Well, what else are we doing today?
We're gonna get into the episodes pretty quick because Azalea, they've been hyping it up for so fucking long.
We
We
got a
need
lot.
to we need to get into the content. We need to see what the fuss is about. But we'll kick it off, reflecting on the first circumstance that happens in Azalea. This is the tale of the Slowpokes and their tails. This is where the show kind of took a loose concept from the game, but went a completely different angle with it. We'll see in the first episode we cover about what the Slowpokes and their role is in the town, but in the games you uncover, and I'm probably gonna fuck this up even though I played it recently, but Team Rocket are cutting off Slowpoke Tails, right, in Azalea
Yep.
in the games,
Yep.
and you need to stop them because that is unethical,
Because it's a little fucked up.
right? But
Just a little bit.
I mean, we use animal parts in the real world.
Well, yeah, but the Slowpoke are alive.
Right. They need to kill them dead.
Yeah.
This is for the advocacy of killing Slowpokes dead. I could see a whole ring happening, a whole business around Slowpoke meat. Get your Slowpoke meat. Get your factor meals fresh with Slowpoke meat. We use nothing but 100% Slowpoke meat so that you aren't slow during the day.
Yeah, it's hashtag not sponsored.
Okay. So, what exactly are they using these Slowpoke tails for, Kellen? Does it say in the game?
Yeah, they're food.
They're food. Okay,
They're eating them.
okay. I am suspicious. I think there is a whole bunch of different industries they are funding, and I want to highlight them, call them out. So these are the top 5 uses of Slowpoke tails. What are they actually selling these things for?
Tell me. I need to know.
Okay. Number 5, swords. It's actually a weapon in the universe, okay? They make little handles and sell them. I mean, they make duels way funnier, right? You just get like slapped in the face effectively whenever a slash comes through. But they're making swords out of them, Kellen.
Yeah, that's not what I remember the legendary in Pokemon sword holding in its mouth.
That dog, yeah, just has a
Yeah.
slowpoke tail. Just has a limp slowpoke tail. It's not even rigid.
Ew. Back to the Viagra. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Number 4, fake mustaches. Kids all over Johto are excited Christmas morning so that they can spoof and prank their family with these slowpoke fake mustaches. They just hold the tails up to their face. Actually doesn't look like a mustache at all, but some
No, not at
stupid
all.
kid thought it did.
And
And
created
it
a
caught
trend.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some kid put it up on TikTok and boom, all the kids are doing it
Fucking TikTok.
in
Ugh.
Johto.
Stupid TikTok trends.
Number
Number
3.
three.
This would also be an interesting trend, Kellen. Might show up on TikTok. I don't actually know how much porn there is on TikTok. But number 3
decent
is
amount.
sex toys.
Yeah, yeah, I
Someone's
see that.
fucking it.
Yeah. Yeah, number 2.
Hot dog substitutes. Now, this is
Oh,
probably the
no.
most realistic, right? You were talking about their food. Yeah, I think they just straight them up on a bun, put some ketchup mustard on that, and chow down.
You know, I totally forgot. I'm doing a little research on the Slowpoke tail item. In Gen 8 Sword and Shield, there's a curry making mechanic, is a whole thing. Slowpoke tail is one of the ingredients.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Are there other Pokemon body parts?
Or sorry, wait. From what I'm seeing, no, sorry, it's Pokemon Sleep.
Oh, that's a side
I thought it was in Sword and Shield though. I'm gonna look that up while you tell us about number 1.
Number 1, dressing up your dog as a unicorn. That was also a TikTok craze that swept Johto. Dogs everywhere.
Okay,
just
that one's
constantly
cute,
getting
though, so-
dressed up. It's still limp. It's this flaccid slowpoke tail just drooping along with the basset hound's droopy ears. It is cute.
Okay, it is in Sword and Shield as well as a curry ingredient. It's called Smoke Poke Tail.
Whoa.
It's branded.
That's sick, but also like how deep do they go with the idea of eating Pokemon in that?
I don't know, but the
Like, are there other Pokemon body parts in the curries?
I don't know. Just a second. One of the description says one of the many ingredients that can be used for cooking at your camp. When a slowpoke's tail falls off, it grows back quickly. So it tells you, hey, don't worry, we're not cutting them off. They're falling off, and it grows
Oh.
back.
Whereas Team Rocket was slicing.
Yeah, they were just cutting them off.
Mm.
Other food items for curry. There's a large leek, but it's unknown if it's the kind that Farfetch'd likes.
Hmm.
There's also moo cheese, which is made from,
Ooh.
I assume, moo milk.
What's a moo?
Well, the milk tank
Oh,
gives
milk.
moo milk. Yeah.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Anyway, that's curry. It was a fucking weird thing.
I mean,
in
that
Sword and
sounds
Shield.
awesome. I was just wondering if there was like actual, like, if it was like, what was the thing we met? Mareep? If it was like Mareep meat, they're just making like Mareep curry.
No, there's no Mareep chops. No,
Right. There's no like straight up like Toro shank,
no.
right? Like a Toro's brisket.
Yeah, the only physical Pokemon body part they make sure to say that it falls off and grows back.
Okay, that's interesting. So they are kind of trying to skirt around still the idea
Yeah,
of eating Pokemon, even though eating the Slowpoke Tails kind of getting there. But
correct. And I mean, eating Pokemon's always been part of the lore.
I
Like
mean, it's
Farfetch'd is
gotta,
almost
right?
extinct because of it.
Yeah,
Because he tastes so good. He comes with
it's
his own fucking garnish.
it's just something that I feel like maybe in the older stuff there is a bit more of it, but then they kind of got a sensitivity to it. They try not to like hit it dead on, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, like Red and Blue has a storyline about a dead Marowak, and I don't know how many graveyards we see in Pokemon these days.
Yeah, they don't really
Not as
go
many as
there
we used
anymore,
to.
right?
Not as much as they used to. That's for
It
sure.
was kind of the liberty of being new and just sort of
Yeah,
this like weird quirky game, right? And have
yeah.
everyone's eyes on it.
All right, shall we get into Pokemon?
Yeah, 3 episodes,
Let's kick
Azalea
into it.
Town. Let's kick it off. This is episode 144, A Shadow of a Drought. Good
Great
name.
name. So it's a hot ass day out. Plants are all
It's a
dried up. The
hot ass
gang,
day. There's
yeah, it is.
asses everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
and
raining
it's also
ass.
very hot.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. The gang is fucking parched. They are thirsty as hell. Misty is like, "Oh my god, guys, we can use Staryu to cool off." And so she brings out Staryu, and it acts like a fountain instead of like drinking the water
Yeah, they
that comes
just
from
kind of
Staryu.
waste it. They go
Yeah,
spray park mode. They're having a
yeah.
party. Now, Ash thinks Squirtle's going to help with this spray party, but he just water guns Ash straight down, just mows him in the face.
Oh, Squirtle. Team Rocket are in the same predicament though. Hot, thirsty. Jessie would give her right arm for a drink. James would give her left arm.
And Meowth, meanwhile, is just drinking the water that they do have. He drinks the rest of it right out of the canteen.
They all had a share, but his share was on the bottom.
Kind of a good joke. So they're pissed off at him, chasing him around. Some weird music starts playing, and they see a well.
A well.
A
Well,
well.
well, well.
Well.
Meowth gets to pumping. Jesse and James are like, you know, Meowth, you found the well. You get the honor of pumping it first. And
Mhm.
we'll stand in front of the well and we'll drink the water. You get the honor. You're so honored
Yeah,
to
a bit
pump
of
the well
a
for
Tom
us.
Sawyer tactic.
Yeah. And so he starts pumping it, and it's totally dry. It just spits out dust and dirt.
Yeah, just like dirt hits them in the face.
Yep.
Because they're posed straight up. Like they did that classic mistake of like face right in front of it before
Yeah.
seeing what would come out.
But it's a good thing then Meowth has divining rods to find water. Are these actual things?
Sort of. I don't know if it.
And do they work?
I don't think. I think it's.
The type of divination employed in attempts to locate
No,
groundwater.
it's a pseudoscience.
Ah,
Okay, so dowsing is what these are based on, which is a type of divination, which is basically like fortune telling, right? Like some kind of spiritualism, I guess. So some kind of older practice that apparently using these rods could find water. This is from Wikipedia. The scientific evidence shows that dowsing is no more effective than random chance. It is therefore regarded as a pseudoscience. Yeah, I wonder where this came from. This might have come from different places. Like apparently the Catholic
ancient
Church
times. It
banned it,
says.
the practice completely.
The Catholic Church would ban it.
It was a coin flip for me whether the Catholic Church would have banned it or been like, it's so based.
It's holy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's holy. And maybe it's concerning that I had no idea which way it would go, but it was one of the two. It was either super on board with dowsing or like 100% against it.
Well, unfortunately, Meowth's divining rods then are a sham.
Yeah, some religious figures thought it was like satanic or witchcraft. So
Yeah,
Meowth's a witch.
makes sense to me. But they work though because they move apart, and so they get to digging. Jesse and James can't dig deep enough though, so it's a good thing Meowth has the Super Diglett Mark II ready to
Oh
go.
yeah.
This giant fucking mech they could have been riding this whole time instead of walking through the hot desert.
I know they have this way of like where did these gadgets come from, right?
Below the ground, apparently.
You have this way of being like they have nothing to being like, whoa, they have like a crazy advanced technology. It's like a Diglett tank thing with like drills.
Well, we heard last week that they work part-time jobs to get
To
get
fund
the money
their
for these things.
breakthrough science.
Yeah. So, but they must be getting the parts like wholesale or something.
These things would be like millions of dollars. They would
Yeah.
need like entire R&D projects around them.
Unless they're making them themselves. Like, do they have their own like mineral mines or something? I don't know.
So they're
we'll learn later.
brilliant Tony Stark-esque scientist
you go.
engineers who are just like, the curse is that they can only use these skills to get defeated trying to pursue an electric rat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite
monkey's
the
paw,
face.
baby.
That's like a
Yeah.
Sisyphean sort of hell.
One must imagine Team Rocket happy.
Hmm. Hmm.
You don't get that, do you?
No, I don't.
Damn.
What?
Okay. I'll look it up later. Yeah, they go digging. They fall down into the Stark Cave. There's some water, some fresh water they can drink, even though I think it's stagnant and you should not
Crash
drink
down,
that.
more like a splash down.
But there's company. There's a bunch of red eyes staring them down. It's just Slowpoke though. No harm.
Mhm. So there's a sign down there. This is the Slowpoke Well, aka Rainmaker's Rest. The Slowpoke come here, and there's some ancient lore that if the Slowpoke yawn, then rain will be summoned.
Yes, which I mean we'll see later. Not really a legend, more like the reality.
Ooh.
Spoilers.
Is it? Is that a spoiler,
Yeah.
Kellan? Wait,
For
you
this
believe?
episode, yeah.
You're a believer?
Well, I mean it seems pretty
I
obvious.
think the
by the end of
Catholic
episode.
Church would ban you.
Yeah, probably. Not just for that, for many other things. So Team Rocket have a plan now, though. They're gonna swipe the Slowpoke, and they're gonna charge the town to make him yawn to get the rain because there's this huge drought going on. They need the
Mhm.
water, and so they try to snag the Slowpoke, but they're too slippery. Little stinkers.
Yeah, they either like dodge or just like slide out.
Whoop.
like these things are oiled up. Do they have like a natural lubricant in their skin?
I'm looking in the decks.
Have you ever tried to hug a Slowpoke, Kellan?
Unfortunately, no. I would take the opportunity if it were given to me, though.
I mean, you gotta try it out.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything about them being slippery. Just that they're slow and stupid.
We knew
In
they
the
were
decks.
slow. It's
Yeah.
in the name.
Nothing about the yawning causing rain either.
I
Interesting.
think that's I don't know. Is that a game thing? I do think there's some connection with the Slowpoke and rain in the game.
I'm not
isn't
seing
there?
anything
Maybe
in the
not.
decks.
Yeah.
Silver, notably, actually does note that the tail is pleasant to chew on,
Oh,
which is interesting.
okay. Just chew on. That's it. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Don't swallow.
It's like gum.
Or like chew, like tobacco, chewing tobacco.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
Slowpoke Tails like give you a little bit of a kick.
Maybe a little caffeine in there.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I think we're getting somewhere here.
That's really what they're doing. It's a stimulant. Oh, dude, I bet you they like can concentrate it, and it's like an amphetamine.
Oh, there you go.
They give it a fighter pilots.
Galarian Slowpoke's tails have a spicy flavor.
Ooh,
Yeah.
give me some of those.
Mm-hmm.
I like how we went from thinking that like, oh, this is like a villainous ploy to being like the wonders of Slowpoke Tails.
The way Team Rocket are doing it is villainous.
Right.
The act in itself of eating Slowpoke tails is apparently quite ethical in the Pokemon universe. So,
And ours. Get your Slowpoke Tails right now at this toll-free number. Call first payments on the house. You get 3 free.
1-800-SLOW.
Slow.
4 W's. So,
They're
anyway,
silent.
it's It's time for the secret weapon, and we don't get to see what it is yet. We go back to the gang. River is all dried up. They're crossing a bridge. I thought, uh-oh, what's going to happen with this bridge? Because bridges tend to be dangerous in this show.
Bridges are bad.
This bridge is safe, guys. Don't worry. But Azalea Town is right over there. We made it, baby. We did it.
Ash wants the gym immediately.
Of course he does.
Misty's reminding that they came here partly to visit Kurt. This is the whole GS ball fiasco. They have this golden silverish ball that they're bringing to Kurt, the Pokeball expert, for analysis. So they're weighing, is it gyms or is it promises that most compels them? And
Ash
luckily
wants the
they
gym,
don't need to
Misty
make
wants
the
Kurt.
decision because public buildings are closed because of a drought.
Yeah, and so Dash is like, I always said it's important to keep our promises, so we better go see Kurt and take that GS ball to him, right,
Good
guys?
job, Ash. Good job.
Yeah. So, but there's signs all over the place of these very cute signs. Slowpokes with an exclamation mark on them. I want that sign. Like, some people collect road signs.
These should go into Kellan's
I want
house.
that.
That'd be good decor.
It would be.
Slowpoke crossing.
And there's Slowpoke all over the place, too. They're just chilling. They're basking in the sun out here. Ash steps on one's tail by accident, and it doesn't even notice for a bit. It's like 10 seconds later, Slowpoke's like, oh, my tail.
Right, so even its pain receptors are slow, is the idea. It, like, slowly gets to its brain. I also like how the gang, has been looking around town a bit, and it's just suddenly when they see the signs, then they, like, realize there's been Slowpokes all around them the whole time.
Yeah, after Ash steps on the tail, a kid runs in accusing Ash of hurting a Slowpoke. It's like, that guy tried to murder a Slowpoke, and the entire town just like gangs up on him and starts chasing
Did he punch
them
it?
down.
Did he kick it? I heard he took a shit on it. I heard he slept with its cousin. Get him!
So they're getting chased down into the middle of town, and some guy in a Slowpoke costume is just watching them. And
this is so weird too. I was like, there really isn't a build up to that. It's just like the camera's panning and there's like a Slowpoke watching, but then like you double take and it's like, that's not a Slowpoke at all. That's like clearly a man inside of a Slowpoke suit.
Yeah. And so the gang has lost the crowd, and the Slowpoke guy tells them to come into this bush and put on a costume. Which
hey,
is a little
you!
creepy.
I got more of these.
Yeah. And so the gang dresses up in these Slowpoke costumes, and I was so disappointed that there weren't little Slowpoke costumes for Pikachu and Togepi, because that would have been adorable.
Yeah, that would have been the best.
Would have been so cute. So they're sitting in front of the fountain in these Slowpoke costumes. Nobody can tell that these aren't Slowpoke, even though they're like way bigger than any other Slowpoke.
Yeah, they're not Slowpoke shaped necessarily. Like, they also have their Pokemon with them, because, like, Pikachu and Togepi are just hanging out.
Yeah.
Right? And they're not, like, suspicious about that.
Apparently not.
I think, like, maybe even, like, Misty's bag is there. Like,
that's why I wanted them to have their own little costumes. It would have been so cute, and it would have made more sense.
This has its own kind of humor in this, like, really stupid kind of way.
It also doesn't make sense why this guy has 3 spare Slowpoke costumes on hand.
And where is he keeping them? Like, these are like travel edition Slowpoke costumes where they can like roll up nice and tight. All the air comes out of them.
They're like the face cloths you can condense into like a tiny little cube, and then you put them in water and they expand. Yeah,
exactly. They're like a survivalist gear.
Exactly.
Slowpoke costume.
I want that. That'd be great.
Sure. It's like, it also like, okay, keeps you alive in hot weather. It's like the still suits in Dune. It like condenses moisture in the air and then keeps it in your body.
There you go.
Survivalist Slowpoke still suits.
We're coming up with a lot of good ideas this week.
It's a business.
And we're only
week.
We're only 30 minutes in. Not even. Crazy. So the guy explains to them why Slowpoke is like a big thing here. Is they treat like Slowpoke like gold in Azalea. A long time ago, there was this big drought. Everything seemed hopeless. And then a Slowpoke appeared. And he yawned. And then it started to rain. And the town was saved. And since then, there was this legend that a Slowpoke yawning causes it to rain.
Mm-hmm.
But why is he dressed like a Slowpoke, they ask? And he's like, well, it's so I don't scare the Slowpoke when I go... I have to go somewhere. And he runs off without explaining the rest of the sentence.
I think he got diarrhea.
Yeah, that was probably it.
It's definitely like the rancid water he's been drinking to like blend in with the Slowpokes.
Yeah, that's stagnant water at the bottom
Yeah,
of the
he's
well.
got E. coli or something.
Don't drink still water, people.
The man wants more because we get a cut and he is at the well and he hears a sound like what is going on inside the well. So apparently he frequents this often, and that's I guess what the whole costume's about. And the Team Rocket mech is just breaking up rocks with a bat. It's like the
Bang,
most
bang.
it's like the most inefficient design because it's not like the mech is like using its drills. It's got an arm and it's holding
Yeah.
a baseball bat and smashing rocks with it.
Yeah, why wasn't it just using the fucking drill? That doesn't, okay.
And
you're
why a
right.
baseball bat? It's not even like a pickaxe or something.
Yeah.
But it's awesome.
Where was this bat? Where were they keeping this thing?
And why a Diglett? What does a Diglett have to do with a baseball bat? Anyways, it's awesome.
I think it's just because
love
it dug up from the ground. So
It's okay. But it's
No.
so surrealist.
Diglett does learn a punching move or two.
Diglett
pretty sure.
learns home run. Diglett learns grand slam.
Oh, he learns scratch and slash, even though he doesn't have hands.
Okay. Does he have teeth? We're not sure.
I'm
are
not
we?
sure.
I guess I always imagined him like sort of bending over and using his head, but you're like, oh, I don't know. There's no
he does
claws
learn-
involved.
These days, Gen 9, he does learn Sucker Punch and Shadow Claw.
No, weird.
Yeah. Helping Hand, you know?
Oh my god, so does he actually have a full body underground that we're just not privy to see? I've
guess
seen
so.
the pictures.
You've seen that? Okay, yeah, good. 'Cause
I've
that would
seen
be
the
insane if you haven't.
conjecture. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's Diglett because he's fucking dug from the ground and whatever. So this guy like runs down the well, tweaks his back because he's old.
Mm-hmm.
He falls down, bang, hits his back.
I think Team Rocket sees him, but there's something like they think he's a Slowpoke.
At first, yeah.
Look at that weird Slowpoke.
And so they get back to the gang. They encounter a little girl, and they're like, "Hey, do you know where Kurt lives?" And she's just like, "Yeah, it's right there." She just points silently. She points. You can't see me pointing, but I'm pointing like her.
I can
She
imagine.
just points.
I
Yeah.
can imagine what it looks like for you to point.
What a coincidence, though. You know, this is Kurt's place. This is his granddaughter.
Yeah,
He
and
won't
Kurt's
be back
not
for bed.
home.
He went to the well. He heard a funny noise.
Hmm.
So,
I wonder who Kurt is. I wonder
Yeah.
who this weird Slowpoke guy is. Oh well, I won't follow that
interesting.
thread.
So the gang go to investigate the well, and they find, oh, it's the guy in the Slowpoke suit. What's he doing here? That's crazy. And then yeah, giant baseball bat, and then they start net missling the Slowpoke. We're inside, so prepare for trouble. We're even snide, so make it double. I liked that one.
That's good.
that
That's
was
good. I mean,
Yeah.
Ash has a bad detective moment for me here because when they see the mech, Ash is like, "I bet I know who's inside that thing." We're like, "Yeah, I bet you do."
Yeah. Yeah, they tell the plan, we're going to steal the Slowpoke, make them yawn, charge people for it. And they're like, you can't charge people to make it rain. And they're like, you can sell anything people will buy. I think James is like, if we stole an Aerodactyl, we'd sell air.
That is what he said.
That's not how that works,
But
James.
that's a hilarious line. And you got to think, does James know what an Aerodactyl is? Does he think that air is the primary product it would be creating? Maybe he means wind. He could get the Aerodactyl to flap its wings. I don't know.
I don't know. But Ash and Pikachu jump into action. Thunderbolt. But the cave's all wet, so it'll hurt everybody. So he can't do that. That's not good. So it's
There's always
Heracross
some
time,
reason
baby.
that Pikachu
Always some
can't be
reason.
the key.
But yeah, if Pikachu was always the key, it'd be boring.
Yeah,
so.
no, I know. You need some kind of
need some
kryptonite,
variety.
right? So
Variety
that
is
other
the spice of life,
heroes
baby.
can jump in.
Yeah.
So Jesse goes, okay, we're going to squash that Heracross like a bug type. Heracross tosses the mech. Whoa.
That was
Sumo
crazy.
toss. That was awesome.
But Meowth is able to like get the tank back in orientation, I guess, and smacks him in the face with a missile. And it looked like it hurt pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
And they dig out. They get out of the cave. Then a Slowpoke yawns, and it gets all the other Slowpoke to make their way slowly out of the cave in succession. And then they all start yawning, and a downpour comes in. Starts to rain, flooding the well, drowns the Diglett mech as a geyser shoots them outside, where Pikachu is waiting for them with his murder smile.
Oh, classic Pikachu death stare.
With the hits him with a big old thunder, sends him blasting off again.
Right. So that was some wild shit, Kellan, because
Yeah.
so the Slowpoke, and there were a lot of them, even though it seemed like Team Rocket had caught a lot, but then there were actually way more still that weren't caught.
Yeah, I mean, these Slowpoke are fucking everywhere.
They're everywhere. And so they get all together and they just do like a collective chain of yawns. Like one yawn kicks off the next yawn. It's like the wave
That's
at a
how
hockey
yawns
game.
work.
I know,
Yawning
but
is contagious.
It's so immediately passed on, right? It's like the ball hitting the other ball thing, that the clacker thing on people's desks.
Oh, Newton's cradle.
There you go. Thank you.
Or you could just go with yawning is contagious.
It's so viscerally immediate, though. It is like the wave at a hockey game.
Yeah.
And it actually brings the rain. So what the fuck's going on here, Kellan?
Bring in the rains.
You think
bless
they have
the rains.
superpowers?
Bless the rains down in Azalea.
Town?
Yep. I bless
take
the
a
rain.
while. Things we never had. Ooh.
On that note, I do have not a question, but a theory from Tristan, who wrote in.
Okay. Cool.
And says, the move Rain Dance was introduced in Gen 2, and the TM for it is conveniently located in the Slowpoke well, and Slowpoke can learn it. My theory for this episode is that a Slowpoke came across the TM, bumps into it, not knowing what it is, gets taught the move by accident. They then use the move when the drought happens. Since they may not have been aware of knowing the move, it would explain why it's not used earlier. Now, you might be wondering how that can be, as TMs are not mentioned in the anime. But there is one other instance in which a TM may have been used, though it wasn't mentioned by name. In episode 68, I believe that is Make Room for Gloom, Florinda explains she taught her Gloom Solar Beam from a magazine. Now that wouldn't make any sense. From a magazine? What does that mean? Gloom learned Solar Beam at level 52 in Gen 1. There's no way that her Gloom was that high of a level to learn it naturally, so I think she ordered the TM from the magazine. Why else would she mention she learned about the move from a magazine and then taught the move to Gloom? Slowpoke using Rain Dance then would make sense for this episode. What do you think? Thoughts?
Okay,
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really interesting theory. I asked you earlier, Kellan, if you could remember any other connections around rain in the game Azalea Town, but I don't think that's like a big theme, right? Is this like the only clue that's popping up?
I think so. There's nothing in the decks about Slowpoke and Rain. It does learn Rain Dance.
That does sound convenient enough. Oh, and it learns. Does it learn Rain Dance organically, or has to be through a TM?
No, it's TM.
Okay, that is
but
interesting.
But that TM is found in Slowpoke Well, apparently.
I mean, it definitely feels like at least a tie into the Rain Dance concept and to the concept of Pokemon being able to bring in weather.
I assume this is a blurb from Gen 2. It's not specifically stated on on Bubblepedia, but there is a blurb from Slowpoke Well, also known as Rainmaker Well. Locals believe that a Slowpoke's yawn summons the rain. Records show that a Slowpoke's yawn ended a drought 400 years ago.
Oh, okay, so there is something there.
So that's actually, that is actually in Slowpoke Well.
Okay.
In the game.
Okay, I think that's great. I think that is all lore accurate then. And I think that TM is probably intentionally placed.
Oh, absolutely. As is the King's Rock, which is used to evolve Slowpoke into Slowking. In the
so there you go.
Well,
I think it's a good theory.
It's a solid theory, absolutely. It's a logical explanation for a batshit myth.
I was otherwise okay with saying it was a coincidence, right?
I prefer the term batshit myth.
I mean, I like that too, yeah.
I do want to fact check that at some point if that is in the original. I assume it is, but I want to take a look for myself at some point. Anyway.
What, you think a listener would lie to you?
No, I'm saying the blurb. The blurb.
Oh, the blurb.
On Bulbapedia.
You think Bulbapedia would lie to you?
I don't think they would do it intentionally.
You think Bulbapedia would hurt you like this after so long?
Bulbapedia, my one true love.
Bulbapedia, never go. I'm worthless without you.
Anyway, good theory. I like it. Thank you for sending that in. If you have a question for a future episode, please email us at tokilladelibird@gmail.com.
Anyway, so finish up this episode, Kellan.
Everything's resolved. Kurt says in a nice, convenient...
Who's Kurt?
Sorry. The guy in the Slowpoke suit gives us convenient resolution from the beginning of the episode. Everyone knows now that it was an accident. You slept on the Slowpoke. Don't worry about it. And he offers to give him a tour of the town, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we would love to, but we got to find this Kurt guy." And Slowpoke guy is like, "Wait." He takes off the head, and he's like, "I am Kurt."
I almost thought he was going to be like,
crazy.
Kurt, That's a name I haven't heard in quite some time.
Kurt's been dead for 12 years.
I go by Ben now.
And that is the episode. Meeting Kurt.
Yeah, and that's how it ends, right? That's the
Yep.
cliffhanger.
That is the end of the episode.
Okay, literary hour. This is where I try haphazardly to compare the episode to some piece of literature, and it always goes very poorly.
Always goes very well.
There's a because we're talking about wells.
I didn't mean that.
This what I'm going to compare it to is a play. I think from the 40s that got then popularized by a movie, a 1956 movie starring Burt Lancaster, and Katharine Hepburn, called The Rainmaker. And it is about a scam artist who's like coming through like a Kansas rural town who has like a bad drought. And he's claiming, this con artist is claiming, that he has a way of summoning the rain, but of course it's in exchange for money, right? So he's going to get farmers to pool money together so he can get him out of it. But in the meantime, he falls in love with like one of the local women and is outed, but true love prevails all kind of thing.
Aww.
And I think that I think things work out even though he's bad. I don't know.
Good for them.
Yeah.
True love always wins.
Yeah, and
always,
she was
always.
like she was supposed to marry the sheriff, but then she falls in love with the bad boy scam artist.
Like some bad boy, huh?
Yeah.
I'm bad at everything.
The Rainmaker. Oh, you're a real bad boy, Kellan. Katharine Hepburn, where are you now? I'm assuming she's not alive anymore. I don't know.
That sounds right.
Oh, she died in 2003. There you go.
Aw, unfortunate.
She was 96.
Rest in power, Queen.
Yeah.
All right, 96. Damn.
Yeah, she did well.
Good for her. Shall we rate? Shall we go to the 4-pour?
Yes, this is the 4-pour, the plastic ping pong pitcher of objective rankings. We're going to pull 2 categories from this plastic pitcher at random and rank the episode based on those categories. What do we got first, Kellan?
First category will be the repetition of the episode.
We're finally at the fucking town.
Yeah, it's not filler, really.
Have we seen a rain plot yet? Like a drought rain plot? I know they've been in some hot locales, but I don't
There's been many
remember a drought.
storms.
Ooh, there was the Snorlax drought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a weather thing. That was Snorlax. But it is,
But it was also about a town trying to deal with a drought.
Yeah, so it is a similar plot line. So
Resolved
that
very
works in its
different.
favor. This isn't the first episode to feature Slowpoke. I mean, the the evolution solution was all about Slowpoke evolving into Slowbro.
Yeah.
So that's more repetition. Giant Team Rocket mech. It's a pretty basic plan for them these days.
Yeah, that's like every episode there's a mech lately.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely repetitive.
Heracross fucking yeeting the tank is new. That was cool.
That was so awesome. Okay, is there stuff where either there's like a mysterious old man and we don't know who he is, but we kind of know who he is, but we don't?
Oh, there's gotta be. I mean, there's the...
Has anyone dressed up before? I guess Bill was the Kabuto.
Oh, Bill was in a costume, yeah. There's been the mysterious old guy before, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll go way back to the beginning of the series. Brock's dad is like the mysterious old dude for an episode.
I am not related to him. No way, Jose.
Go back a week, the sensei dude was like a mysterious guy for a bit.
Yeah.
So that's
I think that's a trope.
We got some good repetition here. I think it's a heavily repetitive episode. I'm gonna go with an 8.4.
Yeah, these are good arguments. 7.5 for me.
5, so that's a 7.95 for the repetition.
Hell yeah.
Category 2, Misty's Sick Burns. First time I think we're pulling that.
Ooh, okay.
Is there any real Misty? This wasn't a big Misty episode.
This was not a big Misty episode. She gives Ash some heck for, not prioritizing promises at the beginning. That's kind of the only thing I remember her really saying.
Yeah, and Brock's not horny in this episode. She doesn't do any ear pulling.
No, usually they've been to Brock lately because she's been kind of playing his keeper, his caregiver.
Ooh, this is a weak one. Not much Misty this time around.
Nope, it's low. I got nothing.
This is very low. I think I'm not like 100% confident that there was absolutely nothing. I mean, there was some. She was arguing at the start with Ash, so I'll give it a something that it's gonna be just a 2 though.
Yeah, one for me.
All right, it's
Not a 0,
1.5.
but it's a 1.
Oof. So that's a 4.725 overall for Shadow of a Drought.
That second category really hurt it. I thought we were going to have
Really
a strong
tanked it.
one.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But the
Well, it's a Shadow of a
4-pour
Drought.
does what the 4-pour does.
The fickle bitch, as we call it.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to episode 145, Going Apricorn.
Now, I really love the opening part of this episode where it just replays what happened in episode 144.
Previously
Oh my god.
on Pokemon.
That was riveting.
Well, it's so rare that we get a storyline that continues into a second episode. Yeah. So we needed that previously on. But hey, it's like a minute of Pokemon we don't have to recap. So it saved us a little time.
But
So-
we love recapping Pokemon.
That is true. Yeah, but we have 3 episodes today. So,
Okay.
so gang's at Kurt's house now. Kurt's like,
They're having tea.
thank you for helping us out. What's this errand you have for us? And so they pass over the GS ball. The storyline has been completed, my friends.
Oh my god. The suspense is killing us. Kurt looks at the ball and reveals deep lore that we've been waiting for so long to find out. What could this be? And he has all the answers. He goes, the ball is a Pokeball.
Some kind of Pokeball.
They
and
all
everyone-
fall over.
Everyone does the freeze frame thing. He can't tell what it is right now. He'll look into it, come back
Yeah, he'll
later. I'll try
figure
to
it
figure
out.
something out. And so the gang calls Oak while Pikachu chases Togepi around. Very cute. They tell him, "Hey, we gave Kurt the GS ball. He's got no idea what it's about though." And then Muck tackles Oak, and in the background we see Tracy standing very still.
What?
For he's Tracy's in the background of this shot after Muck tackles Oak. He's feeding a couple Nidoran, and he's bent. He's knelt down on the
Oak's
floor.
side. Okay.
Yeah, he's knelt down on the floor, giving the Nidoran their food, and he does not move at all. And he's there for like 5 seconds. Like
Well,
it's just a
I
still
didn't even
frame.
notice that. He
Very
really
funny to me.
blended in with no movement.
Well, they put him there definitely as like oh look it's Tracy. Tracy's still here. Crazy. But he's just frozen in the background, not moving.
I thought for a
very
moment
funny.
you said he was like there with Kurt, like it was an
No.
animation accident. Somebody slipped and the Tracy frames fell into the Johto
Oh no.
animation.
Get your Tracy out of my Johto. Jeez. No, I thought that was funny because it's just like he's not animated at all. It's just a still frame,
Nice.
but he's there for like 5 seconds.
It's
So,
like a little bit of effort to bring
yeah.
in Tracy, but not that much.
letting us know that Tracy's not dead.
I mean, he didn't move, Kellan.
No,
This
that's
could be a
true.
corpse.
Yeah. Oh, Oak stuffed him. Oh god.
Oh my god, Oak, you sick bastard.
Oak's taking up human
It
taxidermy.
wasn't Pidgeot at all. That was all a diversion.
You framed
It
Pidgeot.
indeed was Oak,
Crazy. We need a part 5 stat.
where it all circles back. And
Oh,
Oak
God.
has a stuffed Tracy. Ooh.
Anyway, so Kurt here is a legend. He makes Pokeballs out of apricorns, and they grow outside of his house. And these balls all have special
apricorns
qualities.
are like, they're acorns, really. Like, that's what
Yeah.
they look like more.
apricot acorns.
Yeah. They don't really look like fruit, though. They look more like an acorn.
Yeah. I don't want to eat it.
No, I'm good. Yeah, somehow they get forged into Pokeballs, which is also a very perplexing idea. It's a neat idea that they filled in the lore of the Pokeball, but like, it's a little bit confusing to me. Didn't you always think of Pokeballs as more of like these pieces of technology? Like they're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
made in like a factory in China and like shipped over, right? They're not, they don't seem like an organic piece of the world, but then suddenly we find out they are.
That's why these ones are special. Because like the corporately mass-produced ones, they're not very special.
Oh,
They're
okay.
just
So there
regular
are
Pokeballs.
corporate
So-
Pokeballs. That's the regular
Yeah,
one.
these are the artisan Pokeballs.
These are the artisan Pokeballs.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But hey, in Pokemon Legends Arceus, which takes place in the past, in order to get Pokeballs, you do collect apricorns to
And that's the
craft into
only
them.
way.
I mean, you can buy them, I think, but they're like the same kind of Pokeball. Like lore-based, the old original Pokeballs were all made from apricorns.
Oh, so this is the original way to do it, right? So
Yeah.
this is like
The
this
classic
is like
way.
the farmer who has like their own bees, right? So you can get that good farm honey, right? And it's
Yeah.
none of that store mass curated crap. This is the real honey.
Yeah, the artisan stuff. Like I
Mm.
said. I'm smart sometimes.
Now, one
Not
of
often,
the
but sometimes.
differences with these apricorn made balls is that the balls have special properties. Ash wants one before he even realizes what these are.
Of course he does. So then we go to the shop. Kurt's crafting And then Ash just comes like screaming down the hallway, Kurt, can you make me one of these
I
special
want a
Pokemon?
ball!
Ah! And Maisie, his granddaughter, name is Maisie, shuts him up. This is a very aggressive young child. She is very affirmative in her, or assertive in her vocabulary.
Yeah,
Someone's
she
got to
puts him
tell
in
Ash
his
to shut up
place.
sometimes.
Yeah, for
so.
sure. Kurt is like he's a blacksmith right now. He's doing the blacksmith thing. The gang is watching him. He heats up the Pokeball like in a real hot flame, hammers it, and then puts it into water. And we see that whole process going. I mean, I really have no idea what a Pokeball is at this point. Are you telling me you can like heat up an acorn and it turns into a Pokeball?
I guess so, as long as you dunk it in water and then put it back in the oven.
I guess so.
Yeah. Kurt takes a break, talking to the gang. He doesn't know what the GS's ball is about yet. He's still working on it. And Ash asks for the Apricorn ball. And so Kurt gives them all a fastball made from a white Apricorn, which grow outside of their house. And which is a nice little tidbit that I like because there's an Apricorn tree outside of Kurt's house in the games, which gives a white Apricorn.
Yeah, good touch. I mean, the Azalea lore connection so far pretty good game to show.
Yeah, no, Azalea is like the best game to show conversion adaptation that we've had yet so far, I think.
Right. And the fastball, red, got a lightning bolt on it. And we do get this flash. There's 7 colors of Apricorns, each with their own ball types. We learn a bit more about them later in the episode.
Yeah, we'll go through all of them, I guess, as we go, could we hear about.
Yeah, we can
but
do
the
that as we
fastball
go.
was intended to be used if the wild Pokemon is able to flee. It's supposed to be effective against all Pokemon that flee in Gen 2, but because of a glitch, it's only effective against Magnemite, Grimer, and Tangela.
Get out, really?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Otherwise, it has a 4 times catch rate modifier on those 3. For reference, an Ultra Ball is ×2, and a Great Ball is 1.5. They have a 4 times catch rate. Otherwise, if it's not against a Magnemite, Grimer, or Tangela, it is a 1 times modifier, which is a regular Pokeball.
Oh my god, that sucks ass.
Yep.
And you wouldn't even know that. So like were
Nope.
people just like trying to use them on the legendary dogs constantly and it was horrible?
I guess so, maybe.
That
But
sucked.
when they come back in Gen 4 and onwards, it's all about the Pokemon's base speed stat, rather than if they can flee.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it should in theory work well against the dogs then in the remakes?
I guess so. I don't know if they have
They gotta
if they
be
have
fast, no?
yeah, they have to have a base speed of 100 or more in order to get the boost. I don't know if any of the dogs have them. The beasts, rather. Suicune does not. Entei does not. Raikou does, though. So yeah, use it on Raikou.
I realize I just called them dogs. Someone did correct us before that
They are
they're based
technically
off
the
of
beasts.
cats, right?
Yeah. But everyone calls them the legendary dogs. It's funnier that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the fastball for you. They all get one. Simple question here from Alex, who asks, we get introduced to a bunch of new Pokeballs here. Do you regularly use them in any of the games?
I was using a Dusk Ball a lot.
Dusk Balls are great.
In the last Heart Gold playthrough.
Yeah. Dusk Balls are fantastic. In terms of the Apricorn Balls, I rarely use them because they're just so much harder to get.
Oh, yeah. You got to put a lot of effort into that.
You got to get the Apricorns, you got to take them to Kurt, and then you got to wait a day and go back and get them. You can only do one kind at a time if it's the remakes. In the original Gen 2, you can only do one Pokeball at a time.
Oh, wow.
Which takes forever. But,
whereas, like, the Dusk Ball you could buy, I guess.
Yep.
So.
Most other special Pokeballs you can buy. Dusk Balls are great, especially if you're playing at night. Quick Balls are the other really good ones. Chuck them first turn, and they have a better catch rate.
Oh, that's different from a Fastball. Quick Balls.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, they're only good if you use them right away?
If you use them on the first turn of battle, yeah.
Is that actually good, though? Because then
the
it's Pokemon isn't, like, weakened.
Well, yeah, but if it has a ×4 catch rate modifier.
Also kind of weighs out.
So it's just really good. It's like, may as well try.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No,
especially if it's lower level, well, it'll likely catch it. So, yeah, next time you play a Pokemon game, use Quick Balls.
Okay.
Anyway, so Team Rocket are spying in. They want to steal all these special balls to pay off their debts. And this is one of my favorite Team Rocket gags because they're sitting in the bushes and there's a bunch of bushes around and they're spying from it. And after they talk about their plan, they get up and they take the bush in front of them, which was a standee, and run off.
It was a fake bush, even though they're in the bushes.
So good.
Yeah, we also get the joke. About wanting to steal the apricorns, and Meowth's like, those things don't grow on trees. James goes,
Yeah.
actually, they do.
They
That's the
do,
whole
yeah.
point.
So we go back to the gang, where you see a pink tree. Pink apricorns grow on this one. Misty's like, it's easy to see where it got its name. Thanks, Misty. It's a pink tree. Well done. So the pink tree, or the pink apricorns, make love balls, which were to be used against Pokemon of the opposite gender. However, due to a glitch,
Oh, okay. I see a trend.
the love ball's bonus only activates if the Pokemon you were trying to catch is the same species and gender of your active Pokemon.
Okay, yeah.
So they
Well,
fucked that one up too.
Oh, so it was supposed to be species agnostic, but it's not?
I'm not entirely sure of that, but it was supposed to be the opposite gender of your active Pokemon.
Mm.
But starting in Gen 4, when it comes back, the Pokemon has to be the same species and opposite gender.
Oh,
But
okay,
it gets
okay.
but it gets an 8 times catch rate, which is pretty insane.
Hey, so those might actually not be too bad then.
Yeah. But it has to be the same Pokemon you've already caught. So like,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
whatever.
true. It's kind of
Yeah.
boring.
Anyway, Brock wants to know
Oh, God.
if they're good for catching Joy or Jenny, and Misty says, "Well, they're not magic."
Yeah, there's our sick burn.
There's that
We needed that
burn we need,
last time.
Ash goes to pick one. Maisie yells at him. They aren't ripe, and you can't pick too many, or else the tree is going to be ruined. There's a whole lot of things about these apricorns.
Oh, yeah, this is a real sensitive science going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And so they keep journeying. We now see yellow apricorns. Now, these make moon balls, which let you catch Pokemon that are also evolved by moonstones. Is that the idea?
Yeah, which is so specific.
Very.
It's Clefairy, Jigglypuff, Nidorino, and Nidorina.
That's it, eh?
I don't know if Nidoran and Nidoran, or the Nidorans,
If it applies to
counted
the
as
whole
that.
line or just
I'm
the
not sure.
second form.
However, due to a glitch,
Oh my god. Did they get any of them right?
the moon ball is coded to be more effective against Pokemon that evolve by using a burn heal.
What?
And no such Pokemon exists.
So they don't do anything in
So
the
they're just a
original.
regular Pokeball in every situation.
Holy crap, that's disappointing.
But in Gen 4, when it comes back, any Pokemon part of the evolutionary family gets the modifier.
And people act like bugs in games on release are a new thing. They're not.
From what I'm seeing in Gen 7, it is specifically the Pokemon that evolves by using a Moonstone, not the rest of the family.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's 3 for 3 so far for Apricorn balls that
Holy
don't work.
crap.
That didn't work.
So Ash is going to run in again. Macy, hold up. Look what's in there. And this is where we meet the feature Pokemon of the episode. His name is Pineco.
Pineco. Yeah, he's a little pine cone guy.
Except that
That's
he's
it.
a bug.
Yeah. And a grenade, apparently.
This was confusing to me. So he's not grass, right? He's
No,
not a
pure bug.
pinecone. He is a bagworm.
Right, yes, bagworm. That's what he is.
But he looks like a pinecone.
But he looks like a pinecone, yeah.
Yeah.
Brock wants one of them, though. And they're prone to self-destruction, we hear. He runs
Misty
at
says,
them.
that's weird. It looks like a grenade. Brock goes, that's why it's cool. And you know what, Brock? Hell yeah.
You're right.
Grenades are cool, Misty.
And they're prone to self-destruction, like a grenade. So he runs at the tree, face plants right into it, which spooks the Pineco and sets them all off. They all blow up.
They all explode. So Brock is all burned. Now, when they self-destruct, like, they don't actually die. They just, like, it's like an explosion and then they're knocked out, kind of
They
thing.
faint, yeah.
Yeah.
So then we go to, what tree's next? The green apricorn tree.
Green Grove with the
which
friend
makes
balls.
Friend balls, which makes Pokemon caught in them more friendly. This one works
But there was a
as
glitch.
intended.
Oh, no, it
No,
works.
This one works as intended because, well, it has a catch rate of the regular Pokeball, but its effect is meant for after catching the Pokemon.
Oh, so it's not in that catch rate engine, which clearly was full of issues.
It increases the base friendship of a Pokemon caught by it, which makes it easier to evolve a Pokemon like Chansey or Golbat, which evolve via friendship.
Yeah. Or Eevee into
Eevee,
Umbreon or
yeah.
Espeon, right?
Or
wow, I'm so smart.
Pichu, Igglybuff, Togepi, Cleffa,
But
etc.
those aren't things you catch, though.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm a genius!
Yeah, you have to hash those
Look
ones.
at what's happening.
I think there's some situations where you can catch them in certain bug games, but I don't know. But yeah, no, the friend ball works as intended, so we don't need to talk about that
I was
one so much.
definitely expecting you to be like, but there was a glitch where it actually makes the Pokemon hate you.
So 1 for 4. 1 for 4
Okay,
they got
nice,
right so
nice.
far. These ones are ready to be picked. So Ash goes to pick them. But there's a swarm of Beedrill.
Yeah, it had to be
Chasing
too
them
good
out.
to be true. The
Yep.
Beedrill attack. Misty's scared. Everyone's scared. The gang runs, and they slip off a small cliff.
The Beedrill fly right over them, whatever. And so we go to the red tree. We still don't have any Apricorns. The red ones make level balls.
Oh, level balls. I heard lava balls. And I was like, oh.
Great for catching Pokemon in a volcano.
Yes, they become Magmars and Slugmas. Okay, gotcha.
And so the level ball, the higher the level of your Pokemon to the Pokemon you're trying to catch, the better chance you have of catching it.
Okay,
But
so it's like really only useful if you have like a super high level Pokemon.
yes, it goes up to 8 times catch rate modifier.
Okay.
If the player's Pokemon is at least 4 times the level of the wild Pokemon. That works. The level thing works. However, the level ball in Gen 2 does not work or doesn't take in HP and status effect of the wild Pokemon into account.
Oh, okay. So
So-
it's kind of a bit of a trade-off that whether
Yeah.
that's useful or not.
Yep. And so if
'Cause
you're
you
using the level
can't
ball,
wear it down.
don't bother hurting it.
Yeah,
So,
use it like a quick ball.
so it's kind of broken, but kind of not.
Okay, so half a point.
Yeah. But the gang falls into a pit.
Of course. And who digs a hole in this universe but Team Rocket? I'm waiting for the episode where they fall in a hole and it is just like a power line company or something.
You should watch where you're going. It'll prepare you for trouble. If you go around not knowing, you'll be making it double. Oh,
No, that's not bad.
that's the thing. Meowth ropes Pikachu
Normal
into
other
the capsule.
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Meowth lassos the Pikachu straight into a shock jar.
And James whips out the state-of-the-art Apricorn harvesting technology for the Pokeball enthusiast.
For the budget-minded Pokeball
yes.
enthusiast. Ooh.
It's a vacuum.
It's an old vacuum.
Like a regular vacuum that you would have in your house.
It's like a used vacuum.
Yeah, got
It's
at
like
the Value
dirty.
Village. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, they're gonna clean up, so they're gonna use that to suck off the balls. To suck off the balls. I said it. Maisie
Nice
is
wording.
Maisie's concerned that they'll hurt the tree, so Ash is gonna use Bulbasaur to a Vine Whip to get them out of the pit. Right, that's
Quite
what's
easy.
right. They're stuck in the pit. Pull them out with Bulbasaur. Okay.
So Team Rocket start up the vacuum, but they fall in a hole. Oh no.
There's another hole, and they
And they
toss
release
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
But this isn't them, and
This
it's
was
not the
Diglett.
Power Line Company. It's Diglett.
Well, maybe Diglett is the Power Line Company.
Oh, probably. Diglett's run the Power Line Company?
Yes, absolutely.
Interesting. That would be cool.
So it was dug by the Diglett. They're like the Lorax. They watch over the trees. The trees get ruined. The mountains where the Diglets get ruined. It's a whole symbiotic
Yeah, Maisie does this
relationship or
whole
something.
chain of events. She's like, if the trees get ruined, the forest is ruined. Sure. If the forest gets ruined, the mountains are ruined. Well, not technically, but sorta. If the mountains get ruined, then Pokemon are ruined. Like
They all
you-
fucking die.
You could have kept it to the tree. They need the trees need them. Cool.
Team Rocket then slide through the mountain to their deaths. That was great.
Yeah, there's all of these tunnels, these Diglett tunnels, right? They're shooting along and then boom, outside of a cliff plummet.
And so we go to the blue tree. The blue Apricorn makes lure balls. They say it's best for water Pokemon, which
The
is
misty
not really
ones, huh?
true. It's good for Pokemon reeled in by fishing.
Which in their defense, there's a big correlation between that and water Pokemon, right?
Yes, but it is specifically fishing. Like not
Right.
surf, not wild random water Pokemon. in the
Oh,
grass.
not just
Has to
any
be
water
fishing.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Has to be fishing counter. This one works as intended.
Oh,
Yep.
score 1, Game Freak. You did it. Bravo.
But in Scarlet and Violet, they took away fishing, and so it functions like the dive ball, which is for Pokemon that live in the water. So like surfing
they made
and
it
stuff.
more.
Yeah.
There's no fishing in Scarvy?
Nope.
Holy fuck.
Took out fishing.
0
Yeah.
out of 10.
I know, right? I want my fishing. Give me my
That is
fishing mini
great.
games.
I love fishing in video games.
It's great.
Yeah.
Except Big the Cat.
That is a whole different thing. Yeah.
Froggy.
That's like not even fishing. That's like an absurd mini game with strange
It's
controls.
ridiculous. Yeah. So yeah, Misty wants these ones. She likes fucking fishing and water Pokemon. If you didn't know that, I don't know if you knew that.
I knew that.
That's good. And so finally, we see the black Apricorns. We pick some blue Apricorns as well. And then we go see final type. It's the black ones. They make heavy balls, which work against heavy Pokemon.
Yeah, I got that problem, Kellan. Hey,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. Better get that checked out. Maybe that's the joke.
The heavier the Pokemon.
I hear that's a symptom of the mumps.
Oh, yeah. The heavier the Pokemon, the better the catch rate. But in Crystal only, apparently, there was a glitch. This is just straight from Bulbapedia. These are just words to me. There's a glitch that causes the retrieved weights of Pokemon whose index numbers are divisible by 64 to become junk data that are, in turn, interpreted as massive weights, causing these particular Pokemon to receive the plus 40 capture modifier.
So Pokemon number 64 and Pokemon number 128 and Pokemon number 192. I guess
so.
would be the 3 that it applies to.
Kadabra, Tauros, and Sunflora. Yeah.
That's
3.
awesome.
So heavy ball works for the most part. I think it's 3 out of the 7 they fucked up. Which is hilarious.
No wonder the artisan balls aren't that popular. I'd like to hear in the comments, Alex's question kind of said back to people. What is your experience with the custom Pokeballs? Do you use them? Do you not? Are there ones you like? Is it annoying? Do you remember these bugs? What's your story?
And what's your favorite Pokeball? Question of the day. What's your favorite Pokeball? Let us know.
What's your favorite Pokeball?
Oh, either Dusk or Luxury, maybe.
What's a Luxury Ball?
Luxury came Gen 3. They gained Friendship faster.
So it's like the Friend Ball, but it works?
It's the Friend Ball. No, the Friend Ball increases the base happiness. So they start at 200.
This is about growth
The
rate.
Luxury Ball, increases the growth rate.
Gotcha. Oh, because like the idea is that when you catch them and now they're living inside their ball, they have
it's
a
comfy.
dope-ass home.
Yeah. It's nice and cozy. So what's your favorite Pokeball?
Cool. I don't know.
You only know 4. That basic bitch take.
The Master Ball. It works every time. Kellan, did you know it works every time?
I did, yes.
But there was a glitch where it actually...
So there's Pineco in this tree too, in the Black Apricorn tree. Brock is still super excited about them. He eeny, miny, mows them.
Mm-hmm. But then wind starts knocking them down. Brock is catching them. This isn't any old wind. It's coming from a fan. And Team Rocket is using bike power. They have
They're
this
new and improved, technologically advanced, economy model Apricorn harvesting machine.
Sick.
Which is a fan attached to a bike.
It's just a fan. Both times here, Misty's calling them out for their marketing lingo. It's just a vacuum.
So they keep pedaling, knocking Pineco out of the tree. Pikachu goes to Thunderbolt, but they got this energy absorber that absorbs it and cuts their energy use in half, which is great because the energy use is their energy use. Pineco jumps into action, knocks Team Rocket off the bike. Arbok go, Victory Bell, get that creep! And he eats James, and he's like, not me, I meant the other creep.
Yeah, perfect. Strangely self-aware, James.
Yeah. So Pineco dodges off Arbok. Goes to self-destruct, but Brock throws his fastball, saving Pineco from Arbok at the very last second.
Yeah, and then
sending
Arbok crashes into Team Rocket.
And Brock catches the Pineco.
Yeah, nice.
He's caught his first Pokemon in a long time.
What was the last Pokemon he caught?
Zubat?
Really?
Zubat,
is a long time ago.
He was given Vulpix.
Yeah.
But I think Zubat was the last one he caught.
Wow, nice.
Which is insane.
I think that they sometimes give Brock Pokemon less based on type, but more based on aesthetic. If they're does this Pokemon match his vest? Does it look like it goes with his vest?
Does it vibe with him?
Exactly.
I still wish he had that Stantler from that episode.
Oh yeah, because that vibes with his vest.
That would have worked really well. Yeah,
that fits the catalog.
Mm-hmm. And so it's time for a real battle here. Music kicks in. Victory Bell and Arbok plunge into Pikachu, quick attacks and thunders. blowing it up. Team Rocket go blasting off again. Not that much of a battle. It's 2 moves.
So Brock is talking to Pineco. He's got this good friend. He loves him.
Kaboom!
And then he blows up, and they all
Yep.
laugh.
Black Apricorn bonks Ash on the
Pineco.
head. Ah! And we go back to Kurt.
And Ash discovers gravity.
He goes into the church and tells all of his findings and beings, and they ban him forever. So they go back to Kurt, and there's this really nice rendition of the Eckerty City theme in the background. I don't know why they couldn't use the Azalea Town theme.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's very peaceful. He's ready to make some Pokeballs for them. They ask about the GS ball, and Kurt's like, "It's simple yet complex. Classic but bold. Advanced but still somehow primitive. In other words, I don't have a clue." And they all fall over.
He sounds to me like a designer explaining a font they made. It's complex yet simple. It's clean yet enhanced. Profound yet straightforward.
It's protected by this powerful lock that he can't figure out how to open. So he's like, "Can I keep it a bit longer?" And they're like, "Hell yeah. I'm going to go to the gym and win a badge. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the final physical appearance of the GS ball."
That is so fucked up. So that's actually true. That's the end of that plot line.
There is a flashback in an upcoming episode, but aside from that, the ball is never seen again.
That is so weird.
Yep. It was planned to be used in a Celebi storyline, but they scrapped it, and they put Celebi in the 4th movie.
That is really strange, but okay, I guess. So it was a MacGuffin for a pretty good chunk of episodes now. Like, all the way, like, it was the start of Orange Islands, right? Up till now. It's a MacGuffin for all of that. On one hand, it's not like they needed a MacGuffin, right? Like, they just, because they've already got the leagues, right? So Ash is exploring.
Yeah.
You've already got a reason. So then they shoehorn this other item that they need to figure out, but it didn't need to be there at all, and they don't use it. It's very strange.
But fun fact for you, if you're interested in the GS ball, it was an event item in Crystal. The original Japanese release of Crystal, it had the GS ball in it, and it never came to the West until Crystal was released on the 3DS Virtual Console. When they added the GS
that
ball,
item was added in there?
they put the GS ball in that release.
What does it do?
You can get Celebi at the Ilex Forest Shrine.
Oh, it's a Celebi thing.
Yep.
Okay, so like allegedly, like at some point, if they had continued that plot line, like, you think Celebi would have been in the GS ball, or like it would have been like connected? You could have like summoned Celebi or something.
Well, in the anime, according to Bulbapedia, in an interview with Masamitsu Hiraka in 2008, it was explained that the GS ball was originally going to contain Celebi that was to be the star of a large arc of the Johto saga.
Yeah.
But they decided Celebi would be the star of the 4th movie, so the arc was viewed as redundant and shelved. And the ball was left with Kurt with the hopes that viewers would eventually forget about it.
That's hilarious. Oh my god, that's funny. I mean, why couldn't have they used the ball in the movie?
I don't know. Because they wanted us to forget about it, apparently.
That's so wild.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the GS ball, and that is the episode.
All right, so literary hour. So I'm really thinking about that part where the forest is protecting itself, right? Where the Diglett rise up and, fight with the forest fights back. This is where I've dove into the literary classic, the Berenstain Bears meet Big Paw.
Yes, okay? Berenstain Bears, baby.
This is a book about a prophecy about a monstrously huge bear named Big Paw, who would come down and destroy Bear County if people were taking advantage of the land too much, or taking too much of the crops and wrecking the soil and that sort of thing. And so people in the valley, I guess the bears are aggressively hoarding their crops and looking forward to Thanksgiving. And Big Paw shows up, but then he does turn out to just be a chill guy. But he teaches them some lessons about respecting nature, but he's not actually a scary being. He's just a dude.
Berenstain Bears is a fucking classic. I love those.
Oh, sure, yeah. I read those as a kid. Yeah.
And watched the show. That was a great show.
Yeah, there was a show. Yeah.
I also read the books, too. A lot. I had a whole stack of them when I was little.
I think I did, too. I don't really remember them that well now, but I remember reading them.
Yeah. All right. Let's rate it and get to the 3rd episode today.
Yes. All right. 4-part time. Do we have a category, Kellan?
Well, I believe we do, because our first category is going to be the sweet sentences.
Okay. This is where we try to pick out cool sounding sentences. So I don't know if I have any like super explicit ones,
No, me
but
neither.
there are some though. This isn't a zero. So James's sentences that you called out, I do like when he announces both of the gadgets. Team Rocket's new and
Oh,
improved,
yeah.
technologically
Yeah.
advanced economy model Apricorn harvesting machine. It's just a fan.
I guess we get Kurt's. It's simple yet complex, classic but bold,
Yeah,
advanced but
that's
somehow
good.
still primitive. Yeah,
The
that's good one too.
Kurt and James kind of carry
So a
this
few pretty good
episode for
ones. Yeah.
sentences. Yeah, James's other one is state of the art in Apricorn harvesting technology for the budget minded Pokeball enthusiast.
Yeah, those are good ones. I like
Those
those.
are good, yeah.
Yeah, I was wrong. This is a pretty high episode. 7 flat.
Yeah, I'll go 8. Nah, 8's too high. I'll also go 7. Yeah.
Flat 7. All right, 7's across the board for sweet sentences. Second category will be, oh, here we go. It's our pay it forward category, rotations per episode.
Okay, so this is about spinning. It's the bike, Kellan.
Oh, the bike wheels do spin.
The bike
That is-
fan thing.
that
the
is
fan
fair.
spinning, the bike spinning. Do
Ooh.
Pinecos spin?
I'm gonna check real fast if when Pineco leaps at them, if he spins, because I know at the very least, like Stadium and the GameCube games, when Pineco does a physical move like that, he does. I think he launches himself and spins when he does that. So I want to see if that's show accurate as well. Oh, I think he kind of spins a little bit. Need to slow down the footage. Enhance.
Okay, I don't think those are contributing a lot to the spins.
Oh, he does. He spins like once.
Okay.
You get like one
Most
rotation.
of the spinning's from the bike and the fan. There's tons of spinning there.
Yeah, he
but
definitely does like one rotation.
There isn't like a super spinner.
No, there's not like Earl Dervish.
Oh, yes. Classic Earl Dervish.
I mean, Brock throws the balls spin when they get thrown, but that's a terrible argument.
No, I think the bike and the fan are really what you got to think about when rating this one.
They're not big
from an
spinners.
Objective standpoint.
It's not being banned from the 4-port, but it's a low one. I'm 3.
3.5 for me.
That's 3.25 overall. 5.125 for going Apricorn. Let's get into our final episode of the day.
A little weak, but okay.
Getting the bugs out.
Oh, here we go. This is the gym battle episode. So with the GS ball delivered, the gang is going to head off to the gym. Misty's pretending to be a reporter interviewing Ash about the upcoming battle, reminding him, you don't have Charizard to bail you out, buddy. What's he going to do?
Yeah, she's like, you can't use Charizard for everything anymore. You know, you're always winning your gyms from that. Charizard obeyed him for one gym battle ever.
Although, like, she kind of has a point about how maybe you would want to use Charizard.
Yeah.
He didn't actually rely on Charizard that much.
But they get to the gym, and it looks like some kind of garden. Misty's creeped out, and then a Caterpie and a Metapod drop in, and she's terrified.
Freak her out even more. Yeah. This isn't a gym, it's a torture chamber.
And then from up in a tree, some kid is like, well, you're really showing your ignorance.
Some kid is up in a tree tweeting about the egregious offensive statements and myopic lens that Misty views the world with.
Hashtag Misty is canceled party.
Yeah. Cancel Misty. She hates bugs.
So this is Bugsy, the gym leader. And I got a question for you. This is from me, not from a listener.
Okay.
When you originally played Gold and Silver, did you think Bugsy was a girl?
Bugsy is one of those gym leaders who completely leaves my mind after I fight them. Like, as in, every time I replay the game, I cannot remember who the second gym leader is. Like, at all. And
you
then
don't
I get there and I'm
Scyther?
like, oh, okay.
That Scyther is pretty iconic.
Maybe it's because I liked Cyndaquil. Like, I just never remember dealing with them at all. And so I don't remember anything about Gym 2 ever. Except from my most recent playthrough. But no, I don't remember thinking about their gender.
It's very common for people to think Bugsy is a girl, at least in Gold and Silver, from his artwork. Yeah, I think it's probably mostly from the purple hair. But no, Bugsy is Bugsy as well. Oh, actually, his sprite in the original, he's very green. Hair's kind of green.
He's just a Shota archetype, which is like a young, slim boy in anime. It's like a thing. read into that whatever you want. I don't
He is the gym leader. Ash challenges him to a battle, and Bugsy's like, "Yeah, I'll battle you. But can you get me the ladder? I'm stuck up here."
So what was he doing up there?
I don't know. Probably just chills up there.
Yeah, knock the ladder down.
Yeah, but the Ash and them yelling around, he got spooked and knocked over the ladder. Team Rocket watch in as Ash and Bugsy argue about something.
Yeah, I
They're
don't
like,
remember what, but they're
yeah,
watching the whole thing and coming up with this idea they'll catch Pikachu while Ash is distracted with the match. So they're gonna dress up in these disguises.
this is
Jesse's gonna be a
great.
beautiful flower. James is gonna be a sturdy tree, and Meowth will be a pesky weed.
And then Victory Bell screams.
Yeah, and just the gig's totally up. All the bugs in the area just immediately look over, see Team Rocket. That ain't a sturdy tree at all. Meowth yells, "Act organic!" Just a funny line.
That's good. They get string shotted up. And before we get into this battle, I got one last question from a listener, from Clay, who asked simply, "What's your favorite bug, real and Pokemon?"
Favorite real bug, grasshoppers.
Ooh, that's a good pick. I would go butterfly. I think they're just pretty. There's so many different kinds of them. Very
Yeah,
nice.
that's a good
Moths can go fuck themselves though.
Yeah,
Hate those things.
I mean, because they get in your house and and fly around
Oh,
the lights,
frickin'
and it's
freaky.
frustrating. Yeah.
Pokemon Durant, I think. The steel
Oh,
bug.
yeah, yeah, you had me play as that
From-
one,
yep,
black and white.
from
That
Black
was
and White.
cool. I don't have a favorite one necessarily, but I've grown fond of Heracross recently. Probably
It's a
recency
very,
bias, though.
very cool Pokemon.
Cool design, and he was fun to play as in Heart
Yeah.
Gold. So
Yeah, good bugs. Very good bugs. So it's time for the battle. 3-on-3 is the rules. And Bugsy says, "Have you ever heard the saying, the trainer who learns the rules of the bug Pokemon learns to rule the bug Pokemon?" Ash says, "No, who said that?" Bugsy goes, "Me, weren't you listening?"
yeah, I wrote down cringe. He quoted himself, cringe.
So Spinarak's up first for Bugsy, which is not a Pokemon he has in the game.
So what's his lineup in the game?
It's fucking Kakuna, Metapod, and Scyther.
Oh, that's weak.
Yeah, so
No
so
wonder I
bad.
forget him. So Spinarak versus Cyndaquil is our first battle.
Yeah, and we get some really fun music in the background. I don't know what this is. I think it's just an original piece. But it's very like quick and it's very bug feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And Cyndaquil's up first. He eepy, sleepy boy. He's tired. You gotta get warmed
no
up.
flames. He's so chillin'. So Spinarak's gonna kick this off with a string shot, which Cyndaquil does dodge in his sort of sleepy, drunken kung fu kind of way.
And Spinarak covers the entire field. And Cyndaquil gets lightly draped by one of the strings, and he's stuck. Oh god.
Yeah, that was weird because so it does touch him, and then he's stuck to the ground. But at first I thought like, wait, is that a big deal? Like it didn't hit him; it just like grazed him.
Yeah. So he tries to flamethrower, but still nothing. His flame's not active
Yeah, so I guess
yet.
the idea is he's just like he's got to be like in the mood. He's got to be
He's
like
gotta get
woken
warmed up.
kind of thing. Yeah,
Like we said last week, you gotta preheat your Cyndaquil.
right. You should have done that before, Ash.
Yeah. So Poison Sting from Spinarak knocks Cyndaquil back. Another Poison Sting comes, but Ash calls Cyndaquil back into his ball in the nick of time. And so Ash, what's he gonna do? He's gonna go for Chikorita.
So Brock is saying how Cyndaquil was actually his only type advantage here. He's going with Chikorita, which is a type disadvantage, right?
Mhm.
Bug is strong
Yep.
against grass.
Yep, and Poison, which Spinarak is both.
Oh my god, so it's a quad?
Yep.
And Bugsy goes, he's an idiot.
Yep.
Brock and Misty agree.
Bugsy's like, "What kind of decision is that?" And then Brock and Misty appear in the corner. A stinky one.
Yeah.
So Spinarak string shots again. Chikorita's dodging. Goes for a Vine Whip, but Spinarak pulls himself up into a tree, starts swinging around like Spider-Man. Or like a spider, I guess. Chikorita Vine Whips.
Spider does whatever a spider can.
does.
Yeah.
Spinarak still dodging. Goes for Poison Sting. Razor Leaf blocks him out. And Chikorita goes for a Sweet Smell, which is not a move. It's Sweet Scent.
Stop that Spinarak with your sweet smell. That's my
Yeah.
sweet sentence.
Fart at it.
I know, what a weird line. Your sweet smell.
But it distracts. It soothes the Spinarak.
What is sweet scent supposed to do?
Sweet Scent lowers the evasiveness of the Pokemon it's used against. So it kind of
Oh, okay.
works.
So kind of
Yeah.
is doing what it's supposed to.
Yeah. Chikorita tackles, knocks it out, and Chikorita gets her first gym win.
Oh, nice.
Good for Chikorita. And we go back to Team Rocket. They got to get to work. We're going to try the pitfall trap.
And
And
they're going to dig underneath the pitch and dig a hole right under Pikachu and steal it. We get this nice little cartoon
cute
stills. It is really cute. Yeah. Of the hole and Pikachu being surprised. It's simple, nasty, and cheap, James says, and then Meowth goes, like me.
I love when they do these like random art styles. It's
me
nice,
too.
It's a
Me
nice
too.
breath of fresh air.
It makes it visually interesting.
So Bugsy's next Pokemon, it's a lot harder. It's Metapod.
Oh, it's harder. Bring up that Viagra commercial now, Kellan.
Yeah. Chikorita goes for Vine Whip. Metapod hardens as the Rival Appears theme, I believe. A rendition of the Rival Appears theme kicks in. Not the Rival theme. The theme when the rival looks at you and is like, hey, you suck ass.
Pre-battle, is that you're saying?
You love your Pokemon? That's stupid.
I like stealing Pokemon and I hate them.
Mm-hmm. Vine Whip does nothing. She tries to Razor Leaf. Harden again. Nothing. And then I think it's Brock or Misty goes, I get it. Bugsy's strategy is to stick with Harden.
Yeah, that was Brock with this
Thanks.
brilliant detective.
So Chikorita goes for another Razor Leaf. Metapod somehow jumps in the air.
Yeah, this is wild. It doesn't have legs. How does it jump? It's just
who knows?
like all core strength.
Yeah, it's an impressive vertical.
Mm-hmm.
So Tackle takes Chikorita out. Brock says he's got 2 Pokemon. What's he gonna go for? He's got Cyndaquil and Chikorita, or Cyndaquil and Pikachu. And Ash goes, fine, I'll save Chikorita for later. Sir, Chikorita's dead. Chikorita has died. You mean Cyndaquil, buddy.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
That was a mistake.
Didn't mean Cyndaquil.
Yeah. Chikorita just died. And so Metapod tackles again, causes this big dust storm, and disappears into the tree. Apparently this thing has mirage powers now.
I know, it's like crazy fast or something.
It's a speedy
what is
bastard.
going on?
This Metapod is on fucking steroids.
This Metapod fucks.
This thing is not natural.
Not natty at all, no.
No. So Pikachu dodges, goes for tackle. Agility to get Pikachu up to its speed. Pikachu gets on its back and thunderbolts. Metapod's out.
That was kind of a cool way, to see Pikachu just like, basically his like throat, if Metapod had a throat, like with Pikachu's arm right around it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll see you in hell, buddy.
I'll snap your
Pikachu
fucking
pulls
neck.
the trigger. Yeah.
Bugsy, apparently no one's gotten to Bugsy's 3rd Pokemon in a long time, to which I think, if you can't beat a fucking Metapod, yeah, you don't deserve that badge.
I mean, this was a crazy Metapod.
This is a ridiculous Metapod.
This was like some ninjutsu Metapod. He's teleporting around. He's made out of steel.
Brock's like, this Metapod has incredible defensive and offensive powers. When the whole thing about Metapod is that it just uses Harden. That's all it does.
I know. This Metapod makes me feel inadequate as a man, is what Brock says.
So, Bugsy's last Pokemon, it is another Scyther.
So it's going to be Scyther versus Pikachu.
Big boy. Goes for agility. Team Rocket are listening from below. Pikachu just kind of stops using agility. Time to dig up. Oh, prepare for trouble. That's what they should do. Prepare for trouble. We'll get Pikachu. They're just saying to themselves to this weird drum beat.
Yeah. They have this weird, I don't know, rap they're almost doing for it. Like, not a rap, though. Like a beatnik thing.
Yeah.
like a jazz club.
Team Rocket digging through to Pikachu at the speed of light. Surrender now or prepare to fight the crowds on opening night.
Right,
I don't know where that came
they're
from either.
in digging costume, like in minor costumes, and then
Yeah.
they're ushers at like a theater. I don't really get the whole theme they're going for.
No,
here.
me neither.
I don't know if this is lost in translation a bit. I didn't see a call out though on Bulbapedia, so
No.
I'm not sure what's going on with this one.
Just some weird ass shit from Team Rocket.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so they dig up. James emerges right in front of Scyther. Uh-oh. So Pikachu goes for a Thunderbolt. Scyther double teams. Team Rocket gets bolted in their hole. No one's noticed that these guys are here either.
No, they don't care. Team Rocket's been blasted by Pikachu.
Scyther goes for Slash. Pikachu starts hitting all of the clones with Thundershock and gets Fury Cuttered. Oh no! And it does progressively more damage as each hit lands and Pikachu goes down.
Is that how Fury Cutter works?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Each successive hit does double the damage.
Is that how rollout works too?
Yeah, but rollout, you're locked into the move until
Oh,
it
Fury Cutter,
finishes
you're not.
or misses. Yeah, Fury Cutter, you have to select the move each time.
Okay. All right, so it's tied, as Brock points out. Yep. Misty. The only Pokemon that he could use is Cyndaquil. That's not true, though. He does have someone
No,
else.
it's 3-on-3. So
Oh, so
he's
he
already
is
used.
locked in.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay,
he's
my
already
bad,
used
Misty.
Cyndaquil. So.
You're right. I was wrong.
So Cyndaquil's out again. Bugsy's like, we don't need a strategy. Just fucking hit it. Go for it.
Yeah. But Ash and Cyndaquil do need strategy, so when Scyther comes out with Fury Cutter again, Cyndaquil's gonna get away. He dodges. Keep dodging. Okay, good advice. The flame is starting to return on Cyndaquil's back. That's key.
Yes, he's finally warmed up. He's at a nice toasty 350 degrees. And he dodges, flame kicks in, Scyther goes for a double team, and Cyndaquil flamethrowers everything. But Scyther swords dances, which blows back the flamethrower, blocks it.
Yeah, there's your rotations.
Oh, there you go, yeah. And hits Cyndaquil hard, but he's able to get back up. And Bugsy's like, I trained my Scyther to repel fire attacks with his sword stance. Even though you can't do that in the game. It's just attack buffed. But we saw that with, like, Tracy's Scyther, too, I think.
Yeah, they've done stuff like this before. And Brock is sort of analyzing this from the sidelines. He spins like a fan. Brock is this, in these battles anyways, Brock is this stereotype in anime that I think is really, really old. But at least for me and a lot of other anime fans, this goes back to in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 1. So this is like late 80s. Character named Speedwagon. And Speedwagon, like, announces everything that's happening in a battle. Like, he's standing on the sidelines and just cheerleading it on. The guy went for this. Dio used this move. Joseph, what are you going to do? Joseph is getting hit by this. So, like, Brock is just Speedwagon out over here.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. Have you ever seen that If Uno Was an Anime video?
No, is that like a Pro ZD skit or something?
No, it was a comic, and then I don't know who made it into a video. But it's just the stills of the comic, but it's like voiced over like an anime. I'll send it to you after. It's a very funny video.
Yeah, I found it on YouTube.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Yeah. Watch that. Watch that afterwards.
Seen this before.
It's very funny. If you haven't watched If Uno Was an Anime, go check that out. It's great.
By Jello Apocalypse. 10 million
yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, so Swords Dance, he's blocking out. Ash has a plan, though. Scyther goes for a Fury Cutter. Cyndaquil's got to get Flamethrower ready. And so Bugsy's like, idiot, let's switch to Swords Dance then. Cyndaquil then launches himself in the air.
Like the Metapod.
Goes above Scyther, flamethrowers straight down to roast it. And then, for the second time since we've seen Cyndaquil, Dive Bomb tackles it for the win.
Nice.
Which was incredible.
Yeah, that was wild. What a tactic. I mean, it's a good bait, too, right? He announces the flamethrower to get the Scyther spinning, and then uses that move against him. Very clever.
Yeah. Every time I see something like that, I just think we're gonna go into some sort of like oxygen-based fire. Like you need oxygen for fire, because it just reminds me of, we've brought it up before, but Sky High, the superhero high school movie that I loved to watch a ton when I was a kid. There's a minute in there where the super speed guy is running circles around the guy who can make fireballs in his hands. The guy's running so fast, he's sucking the oxygen out of where the fireball guy is, and he can't make fire. And
or breathe.
That too, yeah, he's struggling to breathe. And the science teacher gives a whole thing about, no oxygen, no flame. And that's where I learned that flame needs oxygen to thrive. I learned things.
They didn't do that here, though.
No. I just like that movie. I gotta watch that movie again. We should put that on the list. We'll watch that at some point.
Will we?
Yes.
I'll watch it. It's got Kurt Russell.
Yeah, so. It's genuinely very good. Like not in an ironic sense. It's a very fun movie.
It doesn't look good, but it also looks like I wouldn't mind it.
It's good.
I mean, I think Kurt Russell is entertaining. He is a cheesy, fun actor.
There's a guy named the Fireball guy is named War and Peace.
Like Warren? Like
Warren
Warren?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Back to the show we have a podcast about. Cyndaquil wins the battle. He's sleepy again, and Bugsy confers on to Ash the Hive badge. And asks for a rematch if they're ever back in Azalea, which I doubt will ever happen.
So in Gen 2, though, I don't know about the originals. In the originals, right? There were gym leader rematches. Right?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's just in Gen 4?
I think it's just the remakes, yeah. You can. I don't even know if you can get their numbers in the originals.
Oh, okay.
But it is a great part of the remakes.
Yeah.
Like, everyone loves a gym leader rematch. They need to be doing that in every fucking game. But they don't.
It's not. It didn't get carried on. It's just
not every game, no. which is unfortunate. Yeah, so he gets the Hive badge, second Johto badge, and then, it's back. We haven't seen it in a bit. It's a sunset. Oh my god.
Oh, Kellan.
Oh,
This is sunset.
oh god. The gang's
They're
ready to leave
leaving
Azalea.
Azalea. What are they forgetting? Ah, the Pokeballs. That's when
Ah!
conveniently Macy appears with the Pokeballs.
She gives them 2 lure balls and a heavy ball. Misty and Ash take the lure balls. Brock takes the heavy ball of which we will never see again.
Yeah, it looks like, according to Bulbapedia, that the lure balls are used in
Yep.
show, but the heavy ball is not even mentioned ever again.
Nope.
I'm guessing that Brock wasted it off camera and is
Probably.
embarrassed about it.
Threw it at a Rattata, just knocked it back.
Oh fuck! Rattatas are light. I totally forgot.
Kurt still has no idea about the GS ball, but they should stop by on their way back to Pallet Town, which I again am assuming never happens. So they head off back on the road. They hope will lead to the Johto League Championship, the narrator says.
I mean, I hope so. Otherwise, what are we doing here?
Yeah, Team Rocket are still in their hole in the gym. They get confronted by all the bugs and are eaten alive. And that's the episode.
Oh, by bugs? That is terrifying.
Yeah.
All right, so for literary tropes, I'm thinking about this trope of bug catching. This is actually a really common trope in
Animal Crossing.
a lot of Japanese media. Yeah, Animal Crossing is a great example of you can catch the bugs, and this is apparently a common pastime in the Japanese countryside. Like, kids would dream of kind of leaving the city for the summer and staying with relatives maybe and getting to enjoy the outside. And so there's lots of games that kind of explore that side of it, bug collecting, beetle battling, whatever. Yeah, and Animal Crossing is a great example of that. Apparently, even some of the lore to Pokemon itself is that the creator was inspired by doing that as a kid, right? Collecting bugs. Have you heard that story before?
Yeah.
That led to some of the ideas around Pokemon itself. In the Adventures of Tom Sawyer, there is a lot, I mean, not bugs exactly, but frogs and snakes they catch, and this is kind of like a fun activity in the countryside. Again, in this is showcased too in the book. One of the pastimes that the children are doing are collecting insects, frogs, other creepy crawlies from around where they live. Haruhi Suzumiya, the light novels. There's cicada catching is one of the things in it. So yeah, this is a widespread trope, and there is some Western literature that highlights this, but very common in Japanese media.
Yeah, sounds about right. I know it being a part of the inspiration for Pokemon. So
yeah, that's a commonly said tidbit.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's rate this thing and get out of here, shall we?
Yeah, Azalea, I hardly knew her. What do we got,
All right. First category is the perceived smell of the episode.
Oh, in the gym?
Yeah, how do those bugs
It has
smell?
a smell. I mean, it's like a foresty smell. But I bet you that he uses various chemicals to keep it just right. Fertilizers. Can't use insecticides, obviously. I think we've had this question before to ourselves, Kellan, and have been like, what do bugs smell like?
Yeah.
You never smelled smelling bugs very often.
But yeah, it's probably very foresty.
Yeah, I mean, the gym does give a strong sort of smell, energy, right?
What does a pine car air freshener smell like? Probably like that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Very
imagine that. I think that there's Pikachu's letting off his bolts. There's the fire. I can kind of feel some smoke and sulfur in the air, kind of thing. I don't know what the bugs smell like. Still, that one's stumped.
Yeah,
we're in forest a lot though, so I can't give this too high. But I will say that I find how the episode looks fairly immersive to contributing to my idea of scent. So I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. Classic.
I was thinking around there. I'm gonna go 6.5. I think.
Okay.
So that's a 6.25. Final category of the day. The plot. Not much.
It's a gym battle. Weak.
Yeah.
There isn't really a plot.
They go to the gym. We fight Bugsy. Team Rocket doesn't really do anything. They leave. They get the balls. That's it.
The other 2 episodes were much more plot.
Much better plots.
Especially the first one.
Yeah. This is an action episode. It's not.
Yeah, it's
not
just
a story episode.
I'd only go a 2.
Yeah, I was thinking 3. No, 3.
Okay, flat 2 for me.
Because it's no a way off day off.
No, it's not that. It's not like pure slice of life. There is something happening.
Pure boredom.
It's just a singular thing.
So it's a 2.5 for that. Overall, 4.375. Very average week
Yeah,
for these 3 episodes, huh?
they were fun to watch. Though.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for this week. You want to know what we're doing next week?
I sure do. What are
Well,
we
we're
watching?
back
Are we
to
watching
2.
things?
We're back
Okay.
to 2 episodes. We're going to be taking a look at episode 147, A Far-Fetched Tale, or in Japanese, Ubami Forest, ! Search for Kameneji, double
Good
exclamation
job,
mark.
Kellan.
Thank you. Followed by episode 148, Tricks of the Trade, or in Japanese, Sonans and the Pokemon Swap Meet, double exclamation mark, where we meet Wobbuffet, baby.
Oh, cool. Fun.
So join us
Wait,
next week.
Is this the Team Rocket Wobbuffet?
I guess we'll have to find out.
Oh, I'll find out. I don't know. I have no idea.
Don't
Okay, cool.
spoil yourself.
I'm not spoiling it.
All right. Next week, Monday.
Monday.
Yep.
All right, folks. Thanks for listening. That's been
Interact.
To Kill A Delibird. Oh, yeah. Leave comments. We love the comments. Again, Kellan pointed out you can send us questions at tokilladelibird@gmail.com. We also have a Twitter. To Kill A Delibird is the handle. Reach us there. You're either listening on the YouTube already at youtube.com/HydraLeech or on a podcast platform. So we're on the audio-only platforms as well, Spotify, whatever. If there's something you would like to find us on, but you can't, let us know and we can look into it.
If you're on Spotify, there's a poll for which episode was your favorite. Also, leave your comments there, please, as well. Keep the YouTube coming, but also if you can go over there and leave something there too. For interaction, baby, algorithms.
Intro and outro music is 80 Synthwave by Alexi Action. Kellan is on TikTok at HydraLeeches with anime error analysis videos.
And much more
and
coming.
You got some new stuff on there.
I got some new stuff in the incubator here.
Okay, check
It'll be coming soon.
HydraLeeches?
Yeah.
TikTok. And then, are you doing anything on Twitch? HydraLeech.com?
Normal stuff.
I mean, use twitch.com/HydraLeech.
Twitch.tv/HydraLeech. Trying to get back into it more regularly, but it is proving difficult because I just got a lot other things to do. So,
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
tired.
good too.
So,
yeah.
Pokemon, balloons, stuff like that.
Sweet.
Come hang out. Come talk.
Yes.
It's fun.
All right. Thanks
That's
for
it.
listening.
This is a long
Azalea,
one.
hardly knew her. Azalea,
damn it.
the least funny name in the
Yeah.
planet.
It's a long one, so if you got this far, write in the chat. Bada bing, I'm walking here. Put that.
Bada
in the
bing, I'm
comments.
walking here. That's the
Yep.
keyword.
Yep.
Okay, thanks
That's
everyone.
password. Bye.